So ready?
Go.
Ready? Hey! Stop that. Welcome back. You're right there. Welcome back. We as promised, we are sitting in your caravan.
We are, and it's cold.
The heating on.
It is on. The doors are wide open, unfortunately. Anyway.
So what have we done, basically? What are we going to do? This is the start of the next As Threatened episode, and it's servicing your caravan.
It certainly is. We're looking at all the aspects from my point of view being a novice and from his point of view being a professional.
I'll take the task about it. We've gone professional though, because we do have a clapperboard now, which I just hurt myself with. Yeah. So so once I've healed up, we'll crack on. Yeah, so it's basically take you through what we do on an inside. Basically inside what we do, and basically on the outside, he's in part 2. So we've gone like market and gone 2-parters now, haven't we?
We have.
So yeah, so part 1 will be in here, in the warm, because he obviously has his shorts on still.
Hi.
And and part 2 will be the outside, hints and tips, what to do, and what basically you should expect on the service. So, roll VT. With the sensors to. There you go. Right. So, forward meter, no sound.
Is no sound good?
No sound's good. No sound means it's within the spec. Nothing's coming up on the panel, on the screen. A little bit there. And then again, we are doing this in January, so
yeah,
we just had a very cold winter, so we'll get a little bit of a reading. It's basically, as long as there's no reading on it, which isn't there, from there, go right down the back. Like I say, you do sometimes like that there. I don't know if you can see that. There's actually no reading of 8.4, but
yeah,
like I say, we've had a winter that's been a bit funny. It's been very wet, so not too bothered about that. It's within tolerance. But still got to write it down on the sheet.
So with the tolerance, what is the high end tolerance?
15%. Anything over that is not cause for concern, because sometimes obviously with winter you do get some, if we do a service in the middle of January, it's icy outside, just by breathing you're producing moisture. So you take into account certain aspects of it.
So just out of curiosity, say you do one service 1 year,
yeah,
and that corner is, let's say, 10.
Yeah.
The next time you do it and it's 12, would that raise a concern? Do the factors that
not really, not too much, only 2%. Then again, I say it could be it could be 10 degrees when you do your first one, and it could be 8 degrees when you do your second one.
Fair enough. I think I'll just film your stomach for the entire thing.
That's fine, mate. That's fine. Nice stomach. Very proud of it. So that's basically a damp test round for that area. With, obviously, as we know, we have a previous bit of water ingress here. So I got the nice text over. When was it? November?
Yeah.
November time we got a little
November,
text.
December, wasn't it?
Little text with a little video. Obviously, it's been back to Bailey's. It's been repaired. Doing a damp repair. If they've not taken anything out, then obviously there's still going to be a little bit damp in there. It's not a problem. So you see how bad it is. Because I think it was just about there, wasn't it? I mean, it is showing quite damp, but again, it's not as much as it was. It's going down.
What was the original reading?
I think it was about 60 something, I think.
So it is going down
It's going down slowly.
I suppose this time of year it's harder to go down, isn't it?
Yeah, you're not going to dry anything off this time of year. But Bailey have, obviously, it has been, there's nothing there at all. There.
Yeah.
So it starts to go, bit thing here. But you'd expect to see, over the year that'll dry out slowly.
I think the people that fixed it for us, they want to see it back in 3 months anyway, just to give it another test. But we can always use these as a benchmark, can't we? These results.
I mean, it does give a bit there. It's spongy there, but it will dry. Bailey know about it, so it's
It's reticent with them.
We changed the outside thing, didn't we? Yeah.
Is it wet?
Actually, it does feel dry. I'm getting there behind that, see, without getting in that wood there.
I assume you in like that.
You're right in that corner. So if you go past that, it's dry. So I would say that is probably, that's going straight into that, going to the wood on the floor. I'd say that's not wet. That's the lino giving a false reading. So I'll do that there and come here. See, it says it's soaking here, but if I go right in the corner and go down, nothing.
Weird.
So, yeah, I'd say that's the lino giving it a bit of a.
Is that something that happens a lot?
It can do, but even then, say if you put it on the old pad, see on the pad it's only wet. So, very bizarre. No, lino, you know, again, like I was saying, you know, if you've not used it for a few months, it's condensation, no airflow in it as such. Could just be the fact that it's, you know.
So what would you do in this situation?
Yeah,
would you
I'd
come out to retry it?
Yeah, come out in a couple of months, 3 months, try again. Obviously, always be a bit cautious of stuff because obviously that's around the boiler.
Yeah.
So, you know, if you've got a little bit of a leak in your boiler, but like I say, it doesn't smell, does that thing as well?
Danny, FaceTime video.
Would be Danny, wouldn't it?
Who could this be, I wonder?
All right,
Shagger,
you're on fan. You're on the camera, Shag.
how's it going?
Yeah, all right. You all right?
Yeah, you winning?
Yeah, always, mate. You're on the other camera now.
Where you up to?
How you getting up? I'm at work.
Yeah.
Hence the orange.
Hence the orange dirty coat with the nice shirt underneath.
I haven't done any work, I fell over.
Again.
Yeah, it's going all right. We're just doing the damp testing at the minute.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
How's that going?
As a pair, mate, as a pair.
Yeah, as a pair. Is it the back end where we had the leaks still quite heavy, but we expected that.
Alright.
But apart
When's
from
the
that,
work coming in?
it's over the bath, the bedroom where I sleep on that side, not your side.
Alright, it's the bed then.
So yeah, getting there. Just questions, just put everything back together again now.
Or is it good again, eh?
Well, you know what it's like, mate.
We got that shower thing we need to look at. There's a shower mate thing that he's got hold of, but I need you to take a shower in my caravan for that.
There you go.
I need you to take a shower in my caravan.
I'm alright with that. I don't mind doing that. I'll put my little trunks up.
We'll arrange it for next time.
Yeah. Let me know in advance, I'll shave my chest.
What, all 3 hairs?
Press up, though.
Alright guys, I'll speak to you soon, yeah?
Yeah, thanks, Danny. Yeah, keep it real.
Alright mate, take care.
Keep it out, boys.
Ta-da. Can I ask a question?
Daft question.
No.
Daft
Obviously you've serviced a lot of caravans. Is it common or is it best to empty stuff out before they're serviced. The reason I'm saying it, obviously, I'm looking down at my gear here, and is that making your life an absolute?
Yes. It's always preferred. Like I say, a normal caravan. I'll go through a couple of covers now.
Yeah.
If I turn up and I'll find that on a normal not a normal one, but I can do a proper test on it. You know, I'll say proper, as in like walls and ceiling. That's lovely.
Yeah.
I can see it. If I've got a cupboard full of shite, which I haven't got anywhere in a minute, it does make it a bit hard because you're going to start moving stuff. But it's always best.
Yeah.
You know, if you help your engineer out by getting rid of.
Moving stuff out, basically, it's not
yeah.
necessary. But yeah, I think I can remember once we took off, I think one of ours back for some work to be done, and they insisted that it was completely empty.
Yeah.
So it's all good.
Yeah, all good stuff. So yeah, so let's get me prongs in here. Now if we get the same reading this side, then obviously we know it's going to be a lino. Right, so same again, in the floor. And again, like I say, I'd more than like these readings I'm getting all over the place. It looks like it's going to be just a lino being picked up. Yes, like 8% down there. And if we go again, go right in the corner, nothing at all. So, not too concerned by that. But you can get other readings in walls that are a bit. You think all my life I've got damp in here, so if I go back to it being a pad reading, sometimes on babies, well yours wouldn't, the only one that ain't got it, you watch. So if you go there, nothing. Sometimes they'll have a metal rod in the wall somewhere, which will pick up. So your readings go through the roof, but it's nothing.
Yeah.
It's nothing. It's just basically picking up a metal bar in the door, in the wall somewhere, you know. So, yes, indeed. Next, gas. Then you test gas. Obviously, that's the sort of what we want to see. Nice and blue. Take your hand off it, and it should stay light. Not worried too much about these little bits of orange that are flicking around it. If it was neat orange, then obviously that's a bit of an issue. But what you're listening for as well, if you turn it off, you should hear a click. There's your click. Right. That is a thermocouple. Okay, so what we'll do, we'll use the front one for testing, but actually use a little small one there. So let's light that one up, get that one lit. Okay, so light. So you can see in all the things, these got a little post in it there. That is your safety device. So basically, if the flame goes out, it should cut the gas out. So to test that, make sure you've got doors and windows open. Turn that right down, blow it out. You should hear that hissing away to itself. And what should happen if that works correctly? That should cut itself off. There you go. Gas tap is on. Every gas appliance has got that on. Things that you can't see, like the fridge, you can't see that one. The boiler under the seat there, that's all built in, it's all done electronically, so you can't hear that. But now if I wanted to start it back up, back on again, press the button, done. So you test that, all three rings, grill, oven. Older caravans, if you've got a fireplace, use that, check that. So anything with a gas feed to it should have one of those and it should work like that. If it doesn't work like that, obviously there's a danger then of filling the caravan up with gas. And you walk in here with a cigarette, no eyebrows. Basically. Yeah.
Is there anything that the caravan owner should be doing regularly on trips with gas?
Turning off the gas bottle.
Yep.
That's the main thing. Obviously don't travel with the gas bottle on, because that would obviously, if you ever have an accident, I hope you don't.
Yeah. Could
cause a bit of a leak.
Yeah.
Just isolate the bottle. You can, if you wanted to, take the gas hose off. I mean, I'll do with mine. Take mine off, let it hang down.
Yeah.
And during the winter months, disconnect the bottle, take it out if you can, leave the gas hose hanging, and before you leave it, if you turn the gas bottle or light some rings up, turn the gas bottle off, they get all the gas out of the system
Right, yeah.
before you lock it up. Lock it up for your winter.
No further questions.
Done. No further questions, Your Honour. Right, that's one side of it. The
Okay.
other side of it is outside.
Let's go.
Walk this way.
I should put that outside.
You should do. Right, outside in your gas locker. Regulator on the gas regulator on the Caravan runs at 30 millibar. That's the pressure that all the appliances will work at. So this device here is a manometer. So basically what that's testing at the minute is the holding pressure of the Caravan gas system. So basically the gas is primed, ready to go, you can go in there, light it up and it'll work. So as you notice on the reading, on the top reading there, it's not actually 30, it's actually 32. So they do go slightly over, not an issue. So gas locker itself, regulator's up on the wall there, gas hose, check a date on that. So we're incriminating Mr. Wheel here with a get out of date gas hose. We won't talk about that. So basically what you do now is you have to do like a holding pressure, which I don't think you do with the one because ignore that. So basically what should happen is if you go and turn all the appliances on now inside, so your heating, your fridge,
Yep.
run it all on gas, that should stay above 30 mil, it shouldn't drop below it.
Okay.
Okay. Other things in gas lockers as well. People are very concerned about the holes in the bottom of the floor of your gas locker. They're there for a reason. If you ever have a gas leak, the gas has got to go somewhere. So if you start putting stuff over that, not all like you know, I don't know what you put in there. You know, like bits of tube, hammers.
Carry that.
Who'd have carried a hammer in there like that? Obviously, if you have a leak, there's nowhere for the gas to go.
Yeah.
So you need to make sure they're free. And obviously, the other thing as well is make sure they're all nicely tight, strapped in. Right, everything is on. So we've got fridge on, water heater on, heating on, all the rings on the oven itself, grill, all the hobs, and we're still above 30 is what we need to be. So we know that regulator is lovely, working as it should do. There's that. Done. Other tests we have to do is also test things, safety equipment, smoke alarm, CO alarm, fire extinguishers. Now, none of these things are failures if you do a service. They are strongly advised. Obviously, you get your fire extinguisher soon, aren't you?
It's on order.
On order, yes, well,
It's on order.
but these have a shelf life date to them on these. So basically that's your smoke alarm. So if you give it a press, it should bleep at you. So that's okay, if you know that works. Battery's good, terminals are good, it's all done, it's not corroded at all, but on the back here we'll tell you when it was made, or the date replacement. So I don't know if you can see on the back of that. The date of replacement is August 2029. Okay, so that has got, so in theory, if this is a 2019 Caravan, you've got 10 years on the smoke alarm.
That's good, isn't it?
Okay, so that's functioning as it should do. That back on. The one underneath it is the CO alarm. So again, you can press the button to test it. You know it works. Lovely. Not as loud as the other one. On the back of it is a date, but on the other end of it, if you look on the end here, you have to write the date it's installed into the Caravan. So the day you put it in, you get your pen out the back, and on the back here will be a box where you have to fill in, obviously, because this Caravan was bought in December 19.
Yeah.
That's where you say it's 12-19, so you know it's that. So in theory, that's your 7 years from that date forward. Batteries in the back, obviously make sure there's no corrosion on the battery terminals. Oh, good choice of batteries there, sir.
I like Energisers. They keep
Top
things
quality.
going for longer.
Aye. Sponsorship available and welcome. Isn't there? That's that done. And we have a smoke. We have a fire extinguisher somewhere in here. An accessible area somewhere. All good. Done. Still doing it, so I need to turn the fridge off as well.
Lights?
Now lights are all right. Lights are fine. Right, so all these lights are 12 volt.
Yes.
So it doesn't matter. That's fine. Right. Obviously, when you have electrical tests, you've got to make sure that everything should trip and do as it should do. So basically, same scenario you've got in your house. You know, in the recent past, we had times where you had a light bulb going in the house and you take the whole house out.
Yeah.
For a thing, you go change the bulb, put it out, and everything's fine. Same sort of thing with the Caravan as well. You've obviously got trips underneath the side there. You need to check to make sure that they are responding within the specified time. So basically, I have one of these little boxes here, an RTD tester. So basically, when I press the orange button, that should trip underneath there.
Is some of them down already?
Yeah, I've already turned some off, because what you have to do, this box only tests the first one. Okay.
Right, yeah.
So if you start drawing, like if the charger's on, the boiler's on, and something else is in, like we've gone around and unplugged the whole lot. If I was to put this on, it trips my box outside here.
Gotcha.
If I was just to plug this into the Caravan as it is now, and press the button, it wouldn't trip any of these. You trip your house.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And as lovely as your wife is, she'd probably come and hit me. So what we have to
Like
do, we have to isolate the Caravan from the house. So I've got what they call a seaward box out here, which is basically an RCD protector. So
Yeah.
the first place it'll trip will be in here rather than in there. So there's test functions. So there's half, 1 and 5. We're not too bothered about half. Half should do nothing at all. So it comes up with out of limit. Again, flip it around to 180 degrees, because these are double pole rather than single pole. Single pole's what you have in your house.
Yep.
So, but what's different to a house to a Caravan is a Caravan can work backwards.
Right, okay.
So you have double pole. So if you go to Europe sometimes, you go on a campsite, sometimes the neutral and the live run the wrong way. So that will protect you from that as well. So again, press it again. Out of limits, so it's not, it's not registering that, which is fine. So go back to the thing. Now turn it to 1. Now what should happen now is it should trip within a couple of milliseconds. Now sometimes if it's not been tripped for a while, it might be longer than it is.
Yeah.
So basically, if I press this button, you hear it click.
Yeah.
27 milliseconds that is. So to reset that, back up, back up, back on. Now reverse it, so it's now reverse polarity, as it were. 17. So it's getting quicker now. Back again. No, can reset itself. 27. So that's within spec.
What is the range, sorry?
It should be below 300 milliseconds, and that was 27.
So it's close, but
It's,
yeah.
it's within
Yeah.
the spec. Now what you do now is you increase the settings.
It's like
So,
going back to the future, isn't it?
yeah. So basically, again, that was 27.
Yeah.
The first time. It should be quicker than that now. 6. There you go. We'll just try that again because that didn't do quite a full. Yeah, 6. And if I do reverse one, 16. So perfectly fine, perfectly within the tolerances that we need. And just to double make sure, just press the blue button on top. Yeah, that trips.
Should you turn them off, all the breakers off, before you move the Caravan in transit?
Not really, because you're not plugged into anything.
So it don't make no
No,
difference.
that doesn't make a difference really.
Yeah.
It's always good to test it every now and then. As we just seen, it's quite slow the first one. It didn't want to, it tripped, but it didn't want to flick the button down. But obviously that is now you used it once or twice, now as it should be.
Good.
So that is it.
Good news.